I love music. Music is my passion. But just to mention, I love anything that is creative. Everything creative is part of me, because when I sleep and I wake up, the first thing that comes to my mind is how I can be creative, how I can do something creative, be it comedy, be it a song, playing of instruments. I play various instruments as well, and that is what I love, and that is what I feel life is about to me. On the other side, I'm an upcoming advocate. In a few months' time, I'll be admitted to the bar. So yeah, that is life for me. That is who I am. Music has been a God-given thing to me, and I discovered it at a very, very early age. Actually, my mom did. She spotted that I had a unique memory of anything that is musical. I could remember parts in songs, I could remember melodies, I could remember so much at a very early age, and she actually realized there's a talent in me, and that is where I began to cultivate it. And by around 7 years of age, I was actually playing the keyboard in church, which was quite amazing in front of the eyes of many people, and it was something that was unique. It was something that was outstanding. I was good in drums by then. I was playing drums at 4 years. So from there, I actually discovered that I have this unique talent that I can actually cultivate and plow to become something in this life. In my journey, I've worked with many artists in Kenya, including Halisi the Band, Le Band, Gilad Milo. Actually played for Nyashinsky sometime, played for Nameless, played for Dela, and even went an extra mile to interact with international artists, and played for Lady JD, played for Alicious, and all these things have like widened my perspective of stuff, and they actually churned my passion to become better at what I do. And that is when now I began to challenge myself into slowly developing my individual craft as an artist, an independent artist on my own, and that is actually what I'm looking forward to. I've composed a couple of songs, and some of these I have recorded already. They are work in progress. Others are complete, and my favorite being a song called Asante, which is actually from the Swahili interpretation of it. It's actually a thanksgiving to God, basically, because of his love. So I can say I've interacted with both worlds of music, but there's always that one thing that always anchors you, what you believe is always the best, that if you put your brand out there, people are going to look at you in such a way. So for me, I'm much aligned towards gospel music. At the same time, it doesn't have like a barrier. It doesn't shut out the rest of the world from it. There has to be that aspect of my music that welcomes anyone on board, whereby, as I earlier mentioned, it has to be educative, it has to be informative, it has to be uplifting, it has to lift someone up. It doesn't have to shut maybe someone that is not a believer, or someone that is not interested in the gospel, So I believe so long as something is crafty, because craft is what is inside me, and I believe that if I can put something out there that can educate someone or can entertain someone, it doesn't have to be nasty, or it doesn't have to be explicit. That is not music to me. I have to come up with something that is clean, something that anyone can listen to and get uplifted. Being an artist is not like becoming an accountant or becoming a waiter and things like those. Being an artist is about you versus the world. You coming up with something, it has to be accepted by people. You have to package it as your own. It's like establishing a brand by yourself on your own, around you and your creativity. So it actually takes some time before people can be able to reach out for your music and start consuming it, so that you now have established a brand that now sells itself without you having to put yourself out there. So the most challenging bit about music and artistry and creativity is that it requires a lot of patience. The bigger part of artistry involves audiences. It involves gatherings, It involves weddings. It involves corporate events. It involves concerts, even in churches. But now with the measures that have been put, it becomes a challenge because people are not meeting, people are not gathering anywhere, and everyone is isolated, everyone is quarantined. So who are you going to play for? Even the weddings that are happening right now, they have limited numbers of people, attendees. So it's a challenge because there's basically no audience, there's no crowd, and people are not dealing right now. So probably we're hoping that as time goes by, we can slowly get back to normal. The same way we are creative in making music, in making content, we can also be creative and try to adapt other measures, other ways to be able to create income in this period as we wait for things to become normal. Everyone has ideas, everyone has survival for the fittest. You can't say that now that you're not performing, now that you're not singing, you cannot find a way to survive. In the years to come, I want to be a big artist in this country. I want to be a mentor. I want to see that I'm guiding people into developing their potential, into being better people, into being better at what they do. I want to see, I see myself training people. I see myself, handling big projects. I see myself touching people, touching the world through my gift of music. Consistency is everything when you're doing your craft. Believe in yourself, be consistent, and do anything that comes with it. It is not easy to establish anything in this life. So believe in yourself, believe in your craft, believe in what you're doing. Make sure you're going to have an impact in this generation and generations to come. Above all, make sure that whatever you come up with is educative, is informative, is uplifting and entertaining. When it comes to entertainment, it doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to demoralize. You don't have to make everyone happy, but make sure that you earn respect from what you do. Make sure that your entertainment is positive. It is not, dirty, and make sure it's something that even your children will be proud to look at. That is all.
Bwana unanishangaza, pendo wako ni mkuu, umenipa tumaini na furaha moyoni. Bila wewe mimi siwezi kuendelea, na kuhitaji uniongoze, unipae nguvu wakati wa majonzi. Enda nami